Ooh. Hello. It's me. It's Andy. Decayed Andy. We are back. Moonbase 2 in pre-show, as usual. We've got our lovely Shia the Beef. Little picture next to me. We're keeping that there. What a picture to find from last week. Gonna keep him there and kiss him every now and again, like a Hans Moleman from The Simpsons. I don't remember what episode it was, but I remember Homer started kissing him because he was like a weird sweetie or something like that. And Shia will be our little weird sweetie that we can kiss every now and again. That'll be the idea. How's it going, everybody? We've actually got news to talk about this week. Woo! Yeah! All right. TFcon happened. So we've got some third-party news to talk about. Is there anything else? I'll probably talk at the end of the show about some transforming purchases I've picked up as well, because Amazon Prime had their sale on, so I actually have toys to talk about. Isn't that a nice little treat? It is. But let's get on with the pooping, because that's just a good idea, because it's just me. It's just Andy, because we got news, so just me. Where's my music button? Where's my silly music? Where are you? There it is. It says music on it. That's the usual one. Okay, we're gonna play some music and get pooping. Here we go.
Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. It's me, Andy, Decayed Andy. We are here to talk about the news. It's been, 3 weeks? 3-ish weeks since we've last talked about news. There's a few little bits to talk about. Not a huge amount. Some little bits here and there, you know what I mean? So let's have a good time talking about that. I think I moved my background. It's probably fine. We're going to be talking about that. I got some Transformer purchases this week. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4! I got 4 Transformers this week. Wow. What a tweet. So we'll be talking about them as well. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you've been surviving the British heat. If you're Britland, of course. If you're not in Britland, then you probably mock us for not having real air conditioning in our homes, which is that's fair. That's fair. I wish we did. We're nice and cozy, though, mostly, if we can afford the bills during winter. So that's one thing. I'm going to start off with the non-TFcon news, of course. We're going to start off with maybe tat. Kind of tat. Kind of sort of tat. Via in-demand toys, we learned that there's going to be a new line, at least a line I hadn't heard of. Maybe it passed me by on the Mersey, of the NFL times Transformers collaboration. They're going to be doing four figures with some sort of inspiration to American football stuff. So we're going to have the Kansas City Chiefs. Is that the one people complained about for ages? I think it is. Is that the one that had the Native American, the Red Indian dude for the logo, and they changed it because people got upset about it? I think it is. So got them. We got the Dallas Cowboys, the Star Blitz. That's their full name? I just heard that they were the Dallas Cowboys. The Pittsburgh Steelers, Steel Smash. Maybe that's their names. So the Kansas City Chiefs guy, I guess, is called KC-59. The Dallas Cowboys dude is called Star Blitz. Is this right? The Pittsburgh Steelers are the Steel Smashers. But yeah, that's right, Axel. Here's fucking football, baby. And the Green Bay Packers, I thought it said Tuna Prime. It's not. It's Tundra Prime. I wish it was Tuna Prime. So these are the 4 we got. Let's have a look at them. Okay, so they are transforming American football helmets. They seem to come with little footballs. Laces out. I hope Dan Marino something and dies of gonorrhea. I remember that from Ace Ventura Pet Detective, the first one, the fun one. But yeah, they all turn into little football players. I guess if you happen to have a Blitzwing and an Astro Train, and you made a little football set, you could do that little, a little scene recreation sort of from that 1G1 episode. What was it? Triple Takeover, Triple Takedown, something like that. You could do that and then slap these guys in. They look, for turning into a football helmet, they don't look too bad. The robot heads seem to also have football helmets. Are they all the same? It looks like they're all the same mold, which would make sense. I can't tell if the face sculpts are the same or different. They're all Autobots, though, so only good robots from space play American football. Is the Decepticon equivalent that they play soccer? Is that what they do? Because you Americans don't like English football, real football? The football that's accepted as football through most of the world, apart from America? They're the Decepticons? Maybe. The Tundra Prime, Tuna Prime, has a very Bumblebee color scheme, yellow and white and blech and whatnot. That's fine. I like the Steel Smashers being primarily... It's the inverted Bumblebee color scheme, the evil Bumblebee color scheme of primarily black, then yellow, then white. I like that one. That's kind of nice. The Steel Blitz from the Steelers, the New England Steelers, whatever I said it was before. It's just gray, light blue kind of gray, which is a bit boring. And the standard, what's it called? I can't even remember your stupid American football player names. The Kansas City Chiefs. That one's just a red and white one, so that's fine. I think these are okay. They look like they're not going to be terribly huge. It doesn't say how big they are or anything about them. What if we click on a link for one of them for Amazonia Land? Okay, so they're going to be $24.99 each. Go away. $24.99 each. So I guess they're going to be deluxe class, which, makes sense. Fair enough. I think you could probably wait for a sale on these things, to be honest. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they've been produced in limited numbers. Excuse me. Maybe they've been produced in limited numbers, so maybe they'll sell out really quickly. But I don't know. These kind of crossover weird ones, I don't know who the target audience really is, because I can't imagine, like, your standard dad American football dude is going to be like, yes, I get to have a transforming football helmet. Ooh, this is what I've been after all my life. If they have a passing interest in Transformers, that makes sense. How big of a crossover is that between Transformers fans who want a transforming toy and just football fans? I don't know. Kids, it's probably fun enough for a kid. A dad who's like, I like football. My son doesn't really care about American football that much, but he does like Transformers. Yeah, you probably get him with this, and this might be like the opening gambit of persuading your child into football. I don't know. Just taking a guess. Excel Hedge says, you thinking of the Washington Redskins? Oh, that's what it was. There was even a South Park episode mocking the controversy. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, I don't know. The only one, I know the Miami Dolphins, again, because of Ace Ventura. I don't know the Raiders, because for some reason, I don't remember why, I had a Raiders jacket, like a proper, like, jersey kind of American jacket. I think it must have been, like, in the early 90s when we just got Sky Sports, and I think American football was having a big kind of insurgency in the country at that point. Obviously, it didn't take off or anything like that, but I think my dad probably bought me the Raiders one, and I thought they look cool because, you know, the Raiders have a pretty sick insignia or emblem, right? Little pirate man with the swords. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I think it's probably died off. You know, I don't think the hype is there anymore, to be honest. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't know the general way that the wind blows for sports. That's just obviously not my bag, but fair enough. Next up, Dr. Wu. Dr. Wu are doing the DW-61M Brutality and E62M Slaughter. These are new color variations on their Slugfest and Overkill, who they've done previously. I'll read the blurb here first as well. There's a new cassette planned to go... these new cassettes are planned to go with the Siege /Netflix/Legacy, that Soundwave mold. and they are based on the G1 the G1 Dino Robo cassettes. So not the Dinobots, the Robo cassettes, the very, very limited Japanese ones. Overkill and Slugfest, new decos. They're meant to be for shattered glass in quotations, so I guess that's the justification for it. So Slugfest is primarily red with gray. Oddly enough, it's quite a Dinobot kind of color scheme, to be honest. He looks fine, and from what I remember, the Doctor Wu cassettes were always kind of fun, I haven't heard anything bad specifically about them. Overkill, or Slaughter this time around, is primarily green, and then black, and then his weapons are red. It's fine. I prefer them in the OG color schemes, personally, just because they're a bit more interesting, especially Slugfest, because, bright green dinosaur with purple or pinkish purple plates, I guess you'd call them. I think that looks visually quite nice. These don't look bad by any stretch of the imagination. And if it's doing a reference to the Dino cassettes, all right, fine. Would it be nice if the Dino cassettes were just made? Yeah. Will they be done in the future? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't have a man on the inside for Doctor Wu, but yeah, these look fine for cassettes. It's, like I say, just a recolor. So again, not too much to say there, in all honesty. But my friends, are you a blocky? Are you into the blockies? Are you 100% blocky completionist? Well, continue to have my sympathies and good luck to you, because we have even more blockies announcements, or listings at least. So Galaxy Defender 04 Tyrant's Fury. Guess these are waves. Galaxy version 08 One Shall Fall. Ooh. Dark of the Moon Jetwing Optimus Prime. I think we know what that is. And Transformers 1 Megatronus Prime. Oh, that's interesting. I don't think we have we don't have images of what these blockies will look like. We just have images of the robots that they're going to be doing. But let's go down the list. So the Defenders version 04 Tyrant's Fury will have Grimlock. It doesn't say what mode he's going to be in, or which Grimlock, because there are a few. It might just be a repackage. It might just be the first Grimlock, right? Because I feel that one came out a couple of waves ago at this point. There's going to be Hot Rod. There's going to be Scourge/Sweeps. I still think it's a shame we've never had a Scourge figure come with a broom. I think it's about time we brought back that little mild, tiny joke. They're going to be doing Blitzwing. They're going to be doing Rumble, who is quoted as being blue. Suck on that. Shockwave. I'm going to be doing Hound. Shattered Glass Megatron. So I would hope that's just not a recolor, and that would be his proper original looking Shattered Glass version. The Energon Megatron mold look. That'd be nice. Starscream alt mode. Okay. Alt mode for Wheeljack. The alt mode for Rodimus Prime, and the alt mode for Brawl. Okay, so in the Galaxy version 08 One Shall Fall, we have a Optimus Prime, a Rodimus Prime, a Shrapnel, a Slug in Dinobot mode, a Unicron head. Oh, that's cute. Shockticon / Nor in robot mode. Who wants a Shockticon in robot mode? Ugly little fat bastards. You want them in the Shock mode, because that's their better mode. They look cooler like that, I think. There's a Metroplex in his robot mode, not city mode. Slug in robot mode. Oh, so you get Slug in both modes here, and then Blitzwing again. So Blitzwing's in both the Defender set and the One Shall Fall set. I wonder what the difference between the two sets are. Not knowing off the top of my head, I don't know. Then, as I say, it doesn't really. It says no class specified for both the Megatron and the Optimus Prime, so I don't really know what that means. But that's another big old stodge of blockies coming towards you. I hope people are enjoying picking them up. I hope the build quality has gotten a bit better as the lines being going along, because I definitely remember hearing when they first started coming out that they come out the package quite nice and go together quite nicely, but they relatively quickly lose their, I don't want to say lose their integrity. That's a little bit of a dramatic statement. They lose the friction in their joints and stuff and get a bit on the floppy side. So hopefully that's something that's been sorted out or gets sorted out the longer the line goes along. I heard in terms of the big ones, the bigger like ones with the lights and sounds and stuff, the Soundwave is, I think, the best out of them so far because he's the newest. He still has issues, but he's better than the rest. XL Head says, why would I want a tiny Metroplex? I don't know. To complete the set, it's a whole wave. You can't not have Metroplex. If you've got everything else from the wave, you can't just miss out Metroplex. That's crazy. How many is in the wave? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, you can't leave like just one dude out. That's madness. Who am I kidding? I'd probably get him. Of course you would. You have to have the full set. Though it would be odd to have a reasonably like in scale with everybody else. I think blockies do have just the singular scale, like within their wave, right? I don't think there's like height variations apart from maybe very deliberate ones like Bumblebee and like Rumble are probably like deliberately on the shorter side. But I don't think the city bots are bigger. You know, they'll give you less plastic. Will they give you more plastic? I don't know about that. But the fact that they're doing Megatronus, I think that's kind of nice. You know? I wouldn't say like Megatronus's design in Transformers 1 was anything crazy. It's a little bit basic, but yeah, have a Megatronus would be quite nice, I think. Next up, this came out a while ago, but the Takara Synergex series Macross 7 X Transformers Barassa Prime. We got finally colored images. Finally, it feels like it's been a while since we had the colored ones. Since we had the prototype images. Now we got the colored ones, so we can have a bit more of a talk about how it looks, how it's turning out. So Transformers teams up with Macross 7 anime. Not with the Macross 7 anime from 1994. This mecha is named Barassa Prime, which combines the name of Macross 7's protagonist and singer Barassa Neki with Optimus Prime. Combine is a very generous word. They took the first name and the Prime prefix and kind of put them together. So, what's it come with? He comes with 3 interchangeable faces, a gun, and a guitar. The robot has the go walk mode because, I mean, it's a Macross figure. If it didn't, it'd be somewhat sacrilege, I would say. We have an extra configuration which can attach to the trailer for transportation. Okay. The trailer transforms into a concert stand with speakers and stand, very much like Mike Saunders the 13th, which is kind of fun. It's going to be up for pre-order July the 3rd, so it's already up for pre-order for 10 days now, mostly, unless there was a delay of this year, of this month, right now, unless it's sold out everywhere. You can get it right now. So let's have a look at these images. Oh, okay, yeah, I like the jet mode. The jet mode looks like, from what I vaguely know, it looks like it's got a lot of undercarriage, which, you know, I think Macross figures are generally fairly clean. I think that's, again, because Macross figures are generally pretty expensive. But this is going to have a bit more underkibble, very much like a Transformer. The truck mode is kind of cute in a weird way. I like the fact that the jet mode is just kind of... How would you describe the jet mode for the trailer? The jet mode looks like it's gone into Gerwalk mode and then just kind of sat down like it would be a chicken sitting on an egg and then had this truck just kind of connect to its arse. I think it's... If you turned it upside down, it would have a similar silhouette to Rodimus Prime, you know, his alt mode. Because obviously Rodimus Prime has the car bit right at the bottom and then the big trailer at the top and at the back and everything like that. So and then it shows what the stand is, and the stand's very much Rodimus Prime's looking, well, gun platform, but it's a microphone stand. How does the figure look? Oh, there's the trailer mode. Yeah, that stand is very Rodimus Prime-y, for probably worse. Go walk mode looks like go walk mode. I don't know about the face. So the three faces are standard face, screamy face because he's singing, and then Optimus Prime metal grill kind of face. I think that one's probably the worst. I don't think it looks good trying to make it look like Optimus Prime. I think with the standard kind of super robot mecha transformery faces, it probably works better. It's quite a noisy face because it's got. Okay, let's go through. It's got red, obviously. It's got silver. It's got black. It's got green. It's got yellow. It's got blue. It's got 6 colors on the. Oh, and it's 6 colors on the face. That's a lot of colors. Like his forehead is black, and then it has white and yellow lightning bolts on it. It feels very like I'm not opposed to the lightning bolts being up there, but there's too many colors in my opinion. There's just a little bit too much going on. Axel Hedge says the question is which Megatronus. I mean, that's true. I don't think it's going to be the Fallen. If it's Transformers 1, it's going to be the one from Transformers 1, like it said. So be that one. So Macross have jets combining with Rodimus Prime trailer style trailers. I mean, that's this one. Yeah, that's this Transformers crossover. I like the style of the guitar. That's pretty cool. The gun he comes with. Is that fair to say it looks a bit Rodimus Prime-y? I think it's fair. But yeah, I like the guitar. Clearly it has the matrix of leadership in the center part of the guitar, where if it was a wooden one, it would have a hole for the sound to reverberate around, I guess. I don't know music, so that's kind of nice. I like the design of it. I think this is overall quite a fun little figure. He's got like articulated fingers, like he's got at least toe. He's got 2 joints in his fingers, one at each knuckle, I guess. Is that right? Yeah, whatever that is. Fingers, whatever. Yeah, he looks like he'll be a fairly interesting figure. I'd be interested to see how high he stands. Like, is he? I think he's Voyager-ish. I'm pretty sure he's Voyager-ish. But yeah, it's interesting. I'm down for it. Yeah, I won't buy it, but I think it's kind of neat. I think it's pretty. So, we also had the first episode of Transformers Cyber World this week. I completely forgot when I started up the episode that it was only a 10-minute episode, and I was like, oh no. Oh no. Did Chad, did you watch Cyber World episode 1? Because you can do, because it's on YouTube for free. I did think it was sort of funny, like having a teaser trailer for it, like a day beforehand. Because with an episode that only is like 10 minutes long, having like if you have a teaser trailer that's 1 minute long for a show that's only 10 minutes, that's a tenth of the show. Not including intro and outro. That's yeah. Welcome, Rodimus Prime. Hello. So I did watch it. I think the actual like animation was okay, especially for like an online on YouTube for free kind of show. The CAD models are simplistic, but they're nice and close to the toy design. They look very clean texture-wise, is how I would describe it. They I'm trying to think how I'd word it. They look like toys. Like there's something about what they've done with the actual textures and the lighting and the reflections on the CAD models or the CG render models that gives a very toyetic vibe. And it's if you've seen Reboot, it's got Reboot vibes. We kind of knew this from original stuff. The comedy is very kiddie focused. It feels like a very young kids show, especially with a G1 looking Optimus Prime. Cracking jokes always feels kind of weird in this day and age. It's not awful. XL Hedge says, I thought it was 2 5-minute episodes. No. According to the thing here, it says episode 1. It doesn't say episode 1 and 2. So I think they are going for the Cyberverse thing of just like, okay, we're doing 10-minute episodes. which I'm incredibly against. I feel that it's like saying, "Hey kids, you're dumb. You can't have your attention held for more than that." I will say the voice cast. I like the voice cast. The only one I wasn't too thrilled on was who's popped up on screen now. I thought Scorponok's voice was not great. I found it a little hard to understand what he was saying. Everybody else, I was like, yeah, these are perfectly okay. These are good. These are perfectly fine. Story-wise, I hope it gets better. It feels very much like and then storytelling. Prime falls to the planet, and then he goes to the desert and fights Scorponok. And then he runs into Grimlock, and then he fights Grimlock. And then he sees Bumblebee crashing to Earth, and then Bumblebee finds Megatron, and then him and Megatron have a fight. It's not great. I wouldn't say it's that enthralling in terms of like a narrative. But this is episode 1, so maybe things will change and get interesting, I suppose. But it seems like they have a leveling system as well, which is very video gamey. When you look through Prime's eyes, it says level 1. And when Megatron plays a game with Bumblebee, it says he's level 8. So clearly getting Energon levels you up, in quotations, whatever that actually means. I assume in the context of like business toy management, when you hit a specific level, that might mean you get a repaint or you get a new figure, right? I imagine that's what the context of, like, from the business aspect of things. What does it mean to level up? It means you get a new toy. It's like, well, I could be wrong, but I think that's a fair assumption, right? There's not much to speak about here. Okay, positive notes. It's better than the Netflix series, which I thought was ass. I think it's better than that. It's better than the Machinima series. And it's fair to actually compare it to the Machinima series because both that and the Machinima series were both on YouTube. This is much better than that. So that's a plus. This feels like an actual show. A show that should be longer, but neither here nor there. I think, like with Cyberverse, I'm just going to really struggle with the 10-minute time cap because I don't think you can get really interesting stories going in only 10 minutes if you're going to do like not a weird show which has like episodes that aren't really connected. If you're going to be doing like a story form show, I think you need a bit more than 10 minutes, you know, personally. Like, can you imagine them doing Game of Thrones in 10 minutes per episode? That'd be crazy. You don't have enough time. You gotta have more time for Game of Thrones, you know? And obviously this is a kid's show, etc., etc. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, give it a watch. See if it vibes with you. Was Scorponok the right color? That's it. Hang on, that's an interesting question, Brain. Scorponok, the toy, is blue and orange, right? But in the show, and in the promo images, he's purple and orange. So that's a little bit of an odd thing. There is no introduction either. Prime just falls to this planet wherever it is. I assume this is going to be a bit more like Beast Machines in terms of like, we'll tell you what happened and how they got here, but we're just kicking off straight into it. So that's my assumption, right? I'm giving them a lifeline and being like, you'll explain this in the future, right? You'll say what's going on. You say what's happening, right? I believe in you. You're not just going to hang us out. I don't know how often these episodes are popping out. I would guess once a week, right? That would make sense. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. Cyberworld. It's there. It's probably not going to be another show that I enjoy, unfortunately. Reissues. It's called Reissue Alert. Transformers Studio Series 86 Blaster, the one, yes, with a rewind. Rewind? The blue one, whichever the blue one is, that wasn't translucent plastic, is getting a re-release. This is good for me. I didn't get the Blaster. This was the version of Blaster I wanted. Who wanted a translucent version of the cassette? Not me. I think the only thing that would have been really nice for the Studio Series to do is to give him guns, give Rewind some guns, but, you know, I'm glad this is getting a reissue. I'll probably pick it up. Do I be a bitch and hope that it will just go on sale again? Maybe. Maybe I hope that. Will that actually happen? I have no idea. XL Hedge says this series comes across more like a short movie than a segmented into that's been segmented into episodes. I kind of agree, because the episode ends with Prime just finding an unconscious Bumblebee. Then it like hard cuts to credits. So I don't disagree with you. I'll be interested to see if that's the case as we go forward with the series. Because I don't know how many. Because if this is like 13 episodes or 12 episodes, technically, if you stitch them together to be half-an-hour episodes, that's only 6 episodes, which is very, very small. Again, if it's 24 episodes, then it's half of that if they were 20-minute episodes, so it's like 12 episodes. So, I don't know. But I'll get a better vibe on that with how the next episode ends. If the next episode ends with like we get to the end of a sequence, they finish the sentence, hard cut. You're like, you might be right, XL Edge. if it's like it could be a weird thing where they're designed to be 20-minute episodes and then they've been cut in half to be 10-minute episodes. So like you've got the cut where we have here, which would be a commercial break. Then you have the next quote unquote episode. That would be a weird way to do it, but maybe who knows? Like I say, as well, back onto the reissue list. If you missed out on Studio Series 86 Blaster, don't worry. You get another chance to get him. Oh, it's eject. It said right here on the page. I clearly wasn't reading because I'm stupid. Excellent. Next up, one of the big bits of news, which I know a lot of people are excited for. I think, because I think these have done relatively well. Lego Icons 10358. That's the code number for the Lego, because that's Lego does its thing. We're getting the G1 Soundwave. Excuse me. And we have seen said Soundwave as well. So, this is to go along with your Bimblebee. This is to go along with your Optimus Prime as well. It's strange. Chad, do you remember when about Optimus Prime came out? Because it feels like that Prime came out a while ago, right? Was he around COVID time? I want to say he was... No, I don't think he was post-COVID. Sorry, pre-COVID. I don't want to say he was he was definitely post-COVID. I don't want to say he was pre-COVID, but I can't remember. Either way, so Soundwave is retailing for 100... Well, I'll just round it up by a cent. $180. He is going to be 33 centimeters tall. Whatever that equates to. He's going to be 1,505 pieces. And he's also going to include some friends. He's going to come with Laserbeak, and I think he's got a Ravage as well. And he also comes with a small cassette version of himself and the little stand thingy as well. Also, okay, the image they've got here for the official reveal. Who puts Buck's the spine inwards? I know it's to not advertise the books, but this looks weird to me. They've got Soundwave on a shelf, on a bookshelf, and they've got it so the spine is like pointed towards the wall, so the pages are pointed outwards. So you've no idea what fucking book you'd be picking up. I'm sure that's to make sure that they're not promoting any kind of books or anything like that, but it looks weird, and it irks me. It grinds my gears. XL Hedge says, another Soundwave model kit with a sound box. Well... I mean, technically, yeah, Lego is technically, in a sense, a model kit. With less work, I would argue, because you don't need to clean up stuff. I don't remember when Prime came out. Sorry. No worries. I wondered if chat knew, and you could help me. In terms of images, let's have a look. Well, I got box images. People have boxes. They're quite cheeky, as they show him in an like a between state transformation mode, which it looks like his lamppost mode almost. Fair enough. Also, Laserbeak and Ravage, I assume, transform. They look like they do. I don't know to what degree they transform, but it looks like they do that. Got some images of a man in a burgundy full tracksuit building his Lego Transformer. What is this place? Who is this man? How much money does he have? Look at this layout. This man is living in a rich man house. He has a golden tap in his kitchen. He has a golden sink. He's just like you and me, everybody. We all have our burgundy tracksuits. We all have our gold-plated sink taps and sink. What the fuck where is this? Is this the land of Denmark? Is this the Denmark lifestyle? What the heck, Denmark? They showed that a man can indeed press the play button sticker. Looks like it might work as a button. I don't know. You can store the cassettes in the cassette player. Oh, yeah, they do transform. Okay, Ravage and Laserbeak do transform. That's quite nice. They look quite good. I mean, you know, it's Lego. It's going to be a high-quality product. It's saying that. It's just, oh, what a surprise. It's Lego. I imagine this was a fucking dream to do compared to making Optimus Prime, a Lego Transformer figure, you know. Like, Soundwave has an incredibly easy transformation because it's been hammered down and people are like, that's how he transforms. We're not going to worry about how to do anything else. We've locked Soundwave down. We're done. He's cooked. He's over. We don't want to overcook him. Yep, stop playing with his play button. Jesus, that's the second photo of doing it. He does come with his gun and his shoulder cannon as well. The head looks generally okay, especially for a Lego interpreted version of the head. It doesn't look like there's any stickers for the head, unlike there was. I think Prime had a sticker for his face. At least his eyes, I think. Bumblebee definitely did. This doesn't, for obvious reasons. He does have stickers, though. He is not a stickerless robot man, for obvious reasons. Look at that face. Face of a killer. Do we have any zoom-in shots of Laserbeak and Ravage? Not really. They don't really show any great images of them, not like close-up ones. It looks... Oh, that's why the man was fiddling with his play button so much. It looks like Soundwave's going to have some kind of sound Lego brick inside him. That must be a new brick. I didn't know Lego done sound bricks now. So it looks like he's going to have one of those. You press the play button and he'll go, hoo, 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 hee, hee, hee. Stop it. That tickles. Hee, hee, hee. And then he'll vibrate and shake his arms. Oh, no, that's Elmo. That's the wrong one. Never mind. XL Hedge says, watch the ad, Andy. See Soundwave abusing his play button. To see Soundwave abuse? A man is allowed to abuse his own play button. I hope this isn't copywritten.
Decepticons are awesome.
Question. Is that one of the sound clips? Does he say Decepticons are awesome? Also, how good is the quality of the sound brick? Oh my god. Dude.
Soundwave superior.
Some of those are definitely lines. You were right, XL Hedge. He definitely abuses his own play button. It's like, bro, calm down. This is for kids. Lego's for children. Calm yourself. Oh my god. Cue advert.
Decepticons are awesome.
Maybe it is going to say Decepticons are awesome, which seems like a very not sound wavy thing to say. Like Decepticons superior. Decepticons are awesome. It's like, yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I don't see a list of what he say, but I'm sure it's probably in another thing somewhere. But yeah, Soundwave, pretty neat looking. If you're into more Lego, this is another one to add. The question is, who's next? You decide. I think I was actually thinking, like, it's interesting because this is a line that probably won't get repaints, right? Because it's Lego. I don't think it's likely that Lego will go, well, you know, we could just tweak it, just give you a cliff jumper. We could just tweak it a little bit, give you a sound blaster. We could just tweak it, give you a white Ultra Magnus. Lego seems like they'll just be like, we'll just do a new one. So we have Bumblebee, we have Optimus Prime, we have Soundwave. Do we do, I mean, we, like I'm part of Lego. Do we, because I am part of Lego now, do we do Megatron, which is, excuse me, the one you probably should do to go against Optimus Prime, or Starscream? Those are the next two. The only other one I can think of that they might do, who they kind of push forward, is like, oh yeah, we'll do this guy next. Grimlock, right? That's kind of the five you go for. They've hit the biggest, they've hit the second biggest, they've hit the third biggest. So Starscream's or Megatron logically is next, and then Grimlock, I guess. Hello, Nikki. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. XL Hedge says, everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Decepticons are awesome. That would be interesting. I would like to see the Transformers in the Lego movie. Actually, no, I wouldn't, because the first Lego movie's really good. It kind of stopped being cool after that. But that first Lego movie was really good. And it would have been nice to see these guys in that. So, Lego, what do you think? Do you think we'll get Violent Giga next? That would be sick. I'd laugh. Oh boy, would I laugh if they did a Violent Giga. I would slightly be perplexed, let's say. I would be mildly perplexed. Let's load this up as well. Okay, so TFcon has happened, is happening. We have things. How do I want to? I know. I'll put this over on this page, smush it down, and then I'll be able to have the images on screen and actually read to you what. What the things are, which is probably useful, and still be able to see chat, which again, pretty useful. Okay. We start off with Mechanical Skull Studios, which do the Legends Scout-sized figures, I think is how we describe these guys. We've seen them do Starscream, Armada Starscream. I can't remember what his fancy numbers were, but we have the MSS-01S and the MSS-02. No S. That's right, because the Thundercracker was the... Okay, so the MSS-01 was Starscream, the 01S is Thundercracker, and the 02 is Skywarp. This is the finished version of Skywarp. So he has the new head. He has the little thrusters on his legs. The Thundercracker is blue Starscream with blue and grey Swindle and Pank face as well. I don't think they show an image of... No, they don't, which is odd. They don't show like a promotional image of either of these two's heads, which I don't really know why. Is that a copyright kind of deal? I'm not sure. Still, these figures look good to begin with. They're in really good color schemes. Skywarp does come with his unique minicon as well. I don't remember its name. I just remember it was a very fancy, cool, and quite big, chunky minicon as well. You can just about see Skywarp's face here. But yeah, this is continuing on the Armada line, which is good. It's weird to see a Legends-style, highly articulated transforming line. I'm happy to see it. But they also showed off a prototype for the MSS-03, which is Armada Demolisher. And it comes with Armada Demolisher's minicon, whatever the fuck he was called. And also one of the ones from the military team? I don't remember what he was called, but I remember, like, yeah, you can see the top, like, of his vehicle mode. He's got the arm here, like the wheels become like the centerpiece of his torso, and he's got the big mono eye on the left side of his head or the right side of his head. So he's got that one with him as well. I think it's a military team, but not 100% sure on that. It doesn't really show too much on him. It really just kind of focuses on his tank mode. And it shows that the minicon can do the awkward thing where it plugs into his groin region for tank mode. So that's fun for him. I'm sure this will be nice. I think this will be the first Armada Demolisher figure we've had from a third-party company. Is that right? I'm pretty sure that's right. If it isn't right, there can't be many. That's to keep my ass safe, right? We definitely haven't had anything from Hasbro since Energon. I think Energon was the last time this figure was touched, right? When he got the Energon like green and gray repaint done. I think that was the last time we saw this figure officially, which is kind of interesting. They've all, I don't know why they also have tank prototype. Clearly tank prototype, those not aware, is G2 Megatron. Or a G2 Megatron, because it's actually not the G2 Megatron you might be thinking of. It's the purple one, the one with the little squishy missile thing where you hit it and the air would launch a missile off of his turret. That one, but again, it's G2 Megatron. That one. It's described as 135 millimeters tall, to the top of the robot's head in robot mode, to his feet. I don't know why we're doing millimeters. I guess it's to make it sound bigger and fancier. It's the way to do it. It's 3mm port compatible weapons and additional short tank barrel. Compatible weapons and additional short tank barrel. Oh, okay. So you can either have it as a long barrel tank or a short barrel tank. Okay, fair enough. We have one pose with him. He comes with 2 pistol submachine guns, which I think maybe is meant to reference the Transformers vs. G.I. Joe cover, where he's like running towards the camera screaming with 2 guns in his hand. I don't know what issue it is, but you know what I mean. You probably know what I mean. Again, he looks like he'll be superposable, all that jazz, can get down on the knees and whatnot. Yeah, it looks very cool and dynamic. Nice to see that they're doing something other than just Armada stuff. That's cool. We have a tank mode. We're shown the tank. The tank mode, you'll note, has a decent turret, right? Unlike Megatronus and Studio Series Megatron, whose turrets are absolute dog shit, this one has a fairly decent turret. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it looks like a tank turret. It's the vehicle mode is maybe a little on the gappy side, but I think still looks fairly tankish. It looks like the gun barrel will tilt upwards as well. The turret part will tilt upwards and the turret will spin around as well. So it looks pretty good, pretty solid. It also shows up, even though it's not listed here, the Optimus Prime equivalent, with a pushy down missile launchy thingy, whatever that Optimus Prime was called. It was used a couple of times. He was used for Scourge as well, for the random RID figure. It looks like they're going to be doing both of these ones at a reasonably similar time as well. That's cool. Will they get their repaints? I would guess so. So the Megatron probably will get a G2 equivalent, and then maybe we'll get the Bludgeon equivalent, because for those not aware, RID picked up these 2 figures and repainted them, Optimus Prime with Scourge colors, and Megatron in yellow and army green and gray, and they called him Bludgeon. I remember looking at that figure being like, that's not Bludgeon. That's not Bludgeon's colors. You're a liar. You lie. You lie. Why must you lie? This is called tank prototype and truck prototype. Who they are is a mystery to everybody. Who knows? No one knows. Not even you know. Not even I know. We all know. A few more shots of the truck prototype from the back. You can see the squishy bit, which you'd use to launch the missile. Does Megatron... The Megatron, oddly enough, doesn't have the part that's the squishy bit where you press down and it would launch the missile. The Optimus Prime does have that. That's interesting. I guess it's because, and I'm just guessing here, that the Megatron, because of the way it was implemented in the original toy for Megatron, it was stuck in between the turret of the tank. So it's like in the center of the turret, basically the back center of the turret. So that if you did that again, it would cause more problems. If you just leave that feature out, or that look out, it doesn't cause any problems. With the Prime, it just sticks to the back of the truck for the truck mode, and on his backpack for the robot mode in the future. So it's not really much of an issue. Please tell me he's coming in Hero Purple. Oh, that's it. Yes, it's the Hero Optimus Prime and Hero Megatron. Especially if Prime has a toy of his Hero version. I guess it depends how they release them, right? Will they be in their hero, quote unquote, heroes colors? I would guess so. Because if they've done both prototypes, which these are, I would imagine they're going to release them similarish time. So you kind of want them in the color scheme that they look most iconic in, and I think that's probably the hero equivalents. I'm assuming. I would say so. Oh, we do have I'm stupid. We do have an image of the truck, the Optimus Prime, and he again looks pretty good. He's actually in proportion, in comparison to the original toy, who, he had some proportional problems. This one's very heroic styled like the rest of the line. He looks good. It's nice to see this figure get updated and look pretty solid, to be honest. It's like, yeah, I think this looks solid. It says, not the final height of tank. Will be slightly shorter than truck. Oh. Why? Why would they tweak the size of them? I don't know. Either way, some more images of the truck, and that's about it, just to show off a little poozability. But yeah, I'm surprised Mechanical Skull Studios is still kind of trucking along, but it seems like they're doing interesting stuff at the very least. I'm mildly tempted to maybe pick up Skywarp or Thundercracker. Maybe? I can't remember how much they are, but if they're not much, because Demolisher could be quite fun to have. Next up, they have the Hello Robot Toys, which I don't remember off the top of my head. No, I do. Okay. So these are the guys that do the Legend scale stylized Beast Machines figures, Beast Wars figures. So I think these ones are out, but again, you can tell me if I'm wrongo. We have Beast Wars Primal and Megatron, Cheetah, and Tigatron, which I think are all the ones that are currently out or coming out soon. So I don't need to talk about them. There's also the Tony the Tiger Deco for Tigatron, which is his orange version, which I can't remember where this... Oh, didn't this just come from Kingdom? It came primarily from Kingdom, or was the Kingdom one based off something? Either way, that one's coming. Again, if it hasn't already came out. Then there is the... More Tony the Tiger. Then there is the Scorponok figure, which is the RT-D01 Lord Venatagon. This one isn't Legend scale, if I remember. This one is Masterpiece scale, so it would scale with your Masterpiece figures. Because why would Takara Tomy want to do Scorponok? Ugh. Japan doesn't buy villains. Ugh. There's no market for it. So again, I don't think there's really much to say about this one. I remember seeing him stand along. Oh, hang on, there is. I remember him standing alongside, or images standing alongside the other Masterpiece Maximals, the ones that are official, and it worked. He worked quite well with them, to be honest. It seems like they're doing some repaints, so they're going to be doing the RT-D01C Sand Mech, which is the Sandstorm version. For those not aware, he got a Bokon repaint many eons ago into not really Sandstorm colors, but orange and sand color. It's actually a really good color scheme for him, to be honest. And they're also doing the D01R, the Scarlet Lord, which looks like the toy color, so he'd be black and red and that kind of color scheme. So there you go. We also have the RTD02. So this it says 16 centimeters. So this might be Masterpiece as well. I can't remember if they're, the Primal and stuff that we talked about earlier, if they're classed as the RT- line or if they're not. Either way, we have a CAD model for Wasbanator. Yeah. And we have a real prototype of Wasbanator? Not sure, but they show some images. He comes with his little stinger gun, and he also comes with a scanner from an episode that I don't remember, but I'm sure he had it, right? I'm pretty sure. And he looks pretty good, to be honest. The wasp mode looks really good. It looks like the best Waspinator wasp I've seen. It's got the curved bum. It's got the expressive bee face, wasp face. All of his bug legs are posable at a ball joint. A ball joint connecting to the torso. Then that ball joint is connected on a hinge joint, which connects to another hinge joint, connecting to another hinge joint, connecting to another hinge joint. So the legs are going to be pretty damn posable. I hope they're able to support the weight of him in bee mode or wasp mode. That's my hope. I think it will be. They're also doing the 05, which is called Black Beetle. It's tarantulas. He is neither black nor a beetle. He is an arachnid. I hear they are very different. He'll be coming with his standard black arachnia gun and then his more traditional kind of styled gun. I assume this is a very early prototype because he's seemingly pretty miscolored and like he's got his little spidery mouth thing for the robot mode, and the teeth haven't been painted. So I think if this is what he's going to be cast in possibly, and then the painting will come on top of that, I presume. But again, looks like a decent Tarantulas figure. Oddly, and I can't really. It's a little bit hard. It looks like the spider legs are not going to be as nearly articulated as Waspinator's, which is kind of interesting. So it makes me wonder if this is going to be the small version. This could be a masterpiece, because if you look at how small the hinge joints are, if this was like a legend scale, I think that would be far too small. I could be wrong though, obviously. But then when you look at Tarantulas, the way that they've got the spider legs attached to a ball joint, and that's pretty much it, and then all four legs attached to a mushroom peg swivel joint, you know, on the sides of his biceps. I imagine that's probably the small. Yeah, it is. This one's 7.5 centimeters tall. I'm stupid. Waspinator is 16 centimeters with masterpiece each. This is 7.5 centimeters. I am okay. I don't know why they're all registered as the RT line. One should have its own little prefix, I would say, just to make life easier on me. We got the RTD03 Kraken, not Karen, as my brain read it originally. So this is Rampage. How big is Rampage before I start spouting off garbage? Okay, we don't know how big Rampage is. There's no scale here. He's got an open hand, so I'm guessing maybe Masterpiece? Maybe not? I don't fucking know. I don't know. He comes with his big missile Gatling gun thing. No, it must be Masterpiece, because zoom in of the cat, because this doesn't look real. It looks like each of his fingers are going to be on ball joints. So that has to be a bigger model, logically, right? It just makes sense. Shows his little crab mode. I will say, I think it's a shame that he has all of the... Let's call it the side kibble in robot mode, because obviously in robot mode, you'd spread the bits on the sides outwards, which wasn't accurate to the show. He didn't have these wings, as far as I remember, in the TV show model. I might be wrong. Please let me know if I am. I'm happy to eat my L's. Being a not real model, it just looks like the original toy. It's not, because you can see that the crab legs clearly have more posability to them, as they've got these extra hinge joints at the knee joint? Knee joint? Is that what you'd call it for the crab? I'm really interested to see how they do the tank mode, because obviously the original toy had rubber treads, which were a little bit awkward and fiddly, and you just kind of smushed them into his big crab claws. I wonder what the elegant solution will be to that for this line. That'll be interesting to see. They also are doing the 04 Poseidon, which is depth charge, and depth charge again is looking good. I can't tell how much back kibble he has. It looks like he has, I'm going to say probably less than the original. I'm going to say probably less, because that original toy had some not ass kibble, but it was all like from the chest backwards. It can do, it actually shows him in all three modes, his manta ray fish mode, his, in quotation, spaceship mode, and the robot mode. All of these look pretty damn solid, to be honest. I'm not sure if these are, again, real or CG. I'll make the assumption that they're CG and go for that way. But yeah, it seems like, again, Hello Robot Toys cranking them out. Beast Wars stuff as well. So it's nice that it's not G1. It's something a little bit different. So go, do something fun. Do something different. Excuse me. Non-F showed one new thing. Two new things? Two new things. They showed off a Gigastorm upgrade set. So in collaboration with Toy Hacks, Gigastorm conversion set for TFcon. So if you have a spare TFcon, I suppose, and you're like, hey, I'd rather have a Gigastorm, you can now replace the entire head with a new head. I don't want to say full head because it doesn't have the bottom jaw. You'll have to use the bottom jaw from the original TFcon. When I say the original, I mean the Earthrise, Siege, that one, whichever that one was. You know the one I mean. I don't know. It also says available here and now at TFcon. The LED option and in stock. LED option and in stock online in August. I don't know what the LED. Oh, so I'm guessing the one at TFcon didn't have the LED, and then it's saying the LED one will be available in August. That's how I read that. Exelhead says at least someone got around to those two. Looking at you, Transdots. Yeah, Transdots seem to have stopped, I think. It seems like they've stopped. Maybe they'll pick back up and continue, but it seems like Transdots might be done. I could be wrong, obviously. Who knows? I'm not part of their company. There's also an upgrade set for your Bludgeon figure. Bludgeon and Bludgeon and Bludgeon. So Bludgeon, who came on his own, he was made out of the Tarn mold, and then the Bludgeon that came in the 2-pack with, was it Ruckus? That one. The one with the quote-unquote IDW face. So this is an upgrade set. You have the orange version, which is the standard release version, and the green one, which is a 2-pack one. So the green one comes with a new chest, armor plate. He comes with a new chest, comma, armor plates, comma, spacer. Spacer? I'm not sure what spacer will be, but you can launch him into space, I guess. Covers, so gap fillers, I presume that is. A cannon, so the tank-looking cannon for the side of his arm, so it looks a little bit more like the original toy. And then a rifle, again, to look a little bit more like the original toy. It's not a bad upgrade set, to be honest. It does change his appearance to look a little bit more unique than just, oh, it's Tarn. So that's nice. It takes the Tarn edge off of things. It shows what the quote-unquote tank mode looks like. It's still, you know... It still looks like Tarn, but it's a little different. So, something. I'll give it that. The green one has flags, which aren't painted, but I guess you could paint yourself, which stick onto his back. That's kind of fun. That's kind of nice. Armor plates, spacer. I'm guessing the spacer is the waist armor. Maybe? Covers, so gap fillers again. He comes with a cannon, which oddly enough isn't in the robot mode image, but it is in the tank mode image. All right. And obviously just the gun. So it's practically the same. They're very, very, very similar for obvious reasons, obviously. The first one, the main difference is the new chest plate, and for the green one, it's the flags. That's a big difference. Exelhead says, well, make sure you have the correct color TFcon. Why? Why are they different colored? Oh, they were. Yeah, one was a really gray one, right? One was super gray and one was like black. That's right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, make sure you check your purchases before you buy the Gigastorm head, just to make sure that the colors do match up, because otherwise that would be a bummer. New Age, I'll be honest, I already went through these previously, so I know that we've already talked about the animated Ratchet figure. We can burn through them. Already talked about Scorch. We can burn through that because we talked about him on a previous episode as well. And oh, this is New Age. So New Age are doing the H73 or 73 Typhoon. So what's that? Well, everyone else is giving it a go, so why not New Age? New Age are doing their version of Volcanicus. Yay! Now, in my mind, no, they have. They've already done all the Dinobots. So what is this? Are these new Dinobots? But they have to be, because I don't think the original Dinobots that New Age released were able to become limbs. I don't think anyone missed out hidden features on them, unless I'm wrong. So I assume they'll just be making the Dinobots again and putting them in a big gift set so they can do the Volcanicus thing. It looks better than the Power of the Primes Volcanicus. I'll still never be into the idea of Volcanicus. I don't like the concept. I think the Dinobots are special little snowflakes and don't need to be a combiner to be a team. You don't need to do that. That's just my preference. That's it's my jam. I know some people are really into that, but not for me. I think it looks nice. I'm sure it'll look nice and fancy when it's colored as well, when it's all painted up and whatnot. Jay says, this is a kit to combine with the already Dinobots. Oh, okay. Oh, well, there you go. I didn't know that. Thank you. Because I thought it would be weird for them to just release the Dinobots again. So I guess they always had this in mind, which, ballsy to them. I guess the question is, how much will that set be? How much to upgrade him to the beast? When are we getting a deformed beast version of Volcanicus? I think if you were going to get a beast version, I imagine he would be like very rubbery, right? He wouldn't be a transformer. He'd be very rubbery, and he'd have lots of metal wires in him. And he'd at every point where you could bend him, he'd have those two little dots in the rubber. If you're like a kid of my, if you're a kid of when I was a kid, you'll know those kind of figures. Yeah, oh, it bends. It's like it's got two little holes where the bend, you could do the bend with a metal rod. Okay, fair enough. So an upgrade kit to make Volcanicus. Okay, cool. Craftsman Toys, who I don't think I've heard of before, but again, third-party companies, many of them. I've looked at these images and they don't register in my brain as, oh, I've seen these. So whoever these guys are, if they're new or if they're not, they are doing the Technobots. So we have Afterburner, Scattershot. They show Tactical Lord, which is Computron. A prototype for Lightspeed, prototype for Afterburn, and a prototype combiner Grimlock as well. So the way that these look to me, these remind me a lot of a third-party company that already did the Technobots. But I can't remember the name. Make Toys? Is it Make Toys I'm thinking of? Maybe. It might be Make Toys. They show Computron combined, and they show two black prototypes for the other two. The other two, so fine. Looks like you're gonna be getting them in a 2-pack. Maybe Afterburn and No, you can't be getting them together. But it shows that they're not fully integrated with the combined mode, as the fist is separate and the waist and thighs for Computron are separate as well. So that might put some people off to begin with. They're very greebly details on the figures. They're okay. I'm not 100% down with how they look. Again, I don't think they look bad. I'm just thinking like style-wise, there's just something not... It's primarily the robot modes. I'm trying to think, is it the company that did Hades from the Abomination? What was that? What were those guys called? It wasn't Fans Toys. Unique Toys? Maybe it's the Unique Toys. If it is Unique Toys, maybe it's the Unique Toys kind of look, blocky, kind of very squared nature to these guys with lots of details. They isn't doing it for me. Maybe. Why Legend Scales? Oh, is this Legend Scale? I didn't even notice that. Is it Legend Scale? Is it legend scale? I'm trying to see if it has like specific measurements on these guys. Exelheads continues to say, why legend scale? I would be all over these if they were deluxe Voyager or Voyager leader scale. Are they deluxe though? Sorry, legends? Is that legend scale? They have a man's hand holding light speed. That to me looks like deluxe-ish scale. Doesn't look legends to me. Again, I could be wrong, but that looks bigger than a legends, right? It's not big enough for you, Exelhead. You like it bigger. Yeah, Lightspeed in his car mode as well. Lightspeed actually looks pretty decent, to be fair. I do like the Lightspeed figure. I like the Lightspeed look more than the rest of them. Does Lightspeed look like a GoBot? Lightspeed makes me think of Fans Toys. No. Fans Project. It makes me think of Fans Project. Jay says, yes, it's legend scale, and I have the nose cone. You've got the nose cone. Oh, okay. I didn't even know they came out. I mean, they must have, because the DJS01 must have been nose cone. What do you think of them, Jay? Do you like them? Are there any issues with the figure of this so far that you're like, I wish you did this a bit better? Or are you pretty happy? I mean, you've got one. I assume you're all in. You're like, I'm going to have to get the rest of these sausages now. Put them around my neck and have a sausage necklace. They also show Afterburner as well. Who's the combined one? Oh, this is the combiner Grimlock. Oh my god, he's so big. Holy shit. Oddly enough, in dinosaur mode, he looks very Zoidy. It actually reminds me a little bit of the classics Grimlock kind of look. That's what this looks like to me. And then it shows you like his combined form for their Volcanicus, and he looks fucking huge. It looks fucking massive. It looks like Grimlock is a leader or a big Voyager and turns into a big upper torso. Holy crap. That's a big boy right there. A new company called Hammer Toys. They didn't have a logo ready. So I just yoinked some stock footage. Okay. That's fun. So Hammer Toys, they show off a Galaxy Force Optimus Prime. Again, I don't see any details on what the scale of this is, but it's got some fucking big screws in it. And it's next to some sort of Asian canned good. I don't know how big this can is, whether it's Arnie Pym kind of scale. It stood next to an Optimus Prime, a movie Optimus Prime as well. But there's so many movie Optimus Primes, just look at it and I have no idea. So maybe it's a legend scale one. I'm basing that off just how big the screws are in it. Maybe it's not legend scale. Maybe it's a little bit bigger. Either way, it feels like we've had another Galaxy. Hang on. Jay says they're fine. Remind me of Iron Factory. Oh, okay. I think I'm out. I was hoping for more G1 for a more G1 combined mode. Oh, that's a bummer. That's always the issue with being like an early adopter for something. It's like, oh, this looks cool, and then you see the thing and you're like, oh, oh. The Galaxy Force Prime looks like Galaxy Force Optimus Prime. That's the best I can give you. It looks like Galaxy Force Optimus Prime. It doesn't look like they've done anything desperately crazy with it. I imagine it'll stick to a reasonably similar transformation. It looks really poseable. He's got a pretty good like kneeling on the ground pose kind of style. That's not too bad. And for the Super Galaxy Prime mode, the Super Convoy mode, again, yeah, looks good. Always a concern about how easy it is for the what do you call these? The armatures are to hold up the big guns, the underslung guns. As long as it can hold them, that's the main thing. It shows the Super Convoy mode without an arm, clearly hinting that we're going to be getting a Liga Jack? No. Yeah, Liga Jack. That's the name of him. Well, let's not say unfortunately. Let's assume that the Liga Jack will be really cool. I don't know how they'll make it really cool, because Liger Jack's robot mode was always ass. But maybe they can find a good way to have him transform. Maybe. That'd be interesting to see. But yeah, okay. Yeah, starting off with a Galaxy Convoy. That's interesting. I'm not sure how it's even going to connect to the arm. With the original toy, there was a giant hole where he was going to click in, but there's not here. XL Head says Galaxy is somewhere between the original and the recent Galaxy Upgrade Prime. The Galaxy Upgrade Prime. Okay, oh, so he's going to be reasonably big. Reasonably big. Not massive, but reasonably tall. Okay, well, fair enough. Toy Buddy! Toy Buddy! Who the fuck is Toy Buddy? Whoever they are making a massive Bumblebee. I know this is Bumblebee because I've seen the other images. I don't know which version of Bumblebee this is, because it is a Camaro, but it's got a roll bar cage on it. I don't really care which Bumblebee it is. It's just, oh, he's a Bumblebee. This is the W-01HX. Sorry, the HXZ. Oh, Rise of the Beasts Speed. Oh, it's Rise of the Beasts. Okay. So this is the one where he wasn't in it too much because he was KO'd. He was benched. So unless the hand of this person's holding it is reasonably small, it seems like this is going to be a sizable-ish Bumblebee figure. Look, a bit messed up here around the front wheel. The bit that goes around the front wheel looks like it might be a little off, whether that's just mistransformed or just a prototype image, prototype kind of fluffy bit. That's a shame. Shame to have two giant hinges on top of the roof, though. You don't have a nice smooth roof. You've got these two big hinge joints on the top there. That's a bit of a bummer. But the robot mode looks, again, reasonably nice. It is obviously unpainted. I assume it's going to have some fancy paint, which is why they're showing it in silver. I don't have much to say about it because it's just, movie Bumblebee. It's another one, right? And they're also doing the W-02TXZ, which is going to be Rise of the Beast Scourge. I don't feel we've had a lot of Scourge. Like, we've had Scourge upgrade kits, but I don't think we've had a huge variety of just Scourgy Wurgies. So this will be 32 centimeters tall. I imagine B is a similar-ish size. Probably like 15, 16 centimeters tall, maybe? Something like that, I'd guess. Because I imagine he'd be about half the size of Scourge, but again, could be wrong. Okay, it's just a silhouette, so sorry, not much to say there. Then we have Dreamstar Toys showing their stylized Devastator. I remember earlier today when I first looked at this figure, I had no fucking clue who it was. I was like, well, maybe it's Bone Crusher, and then I went to the next image and went, nope. Oh, it is Bone Crusher. Yeah, there's his excavator digger mode. I'm not a big fan of the style here. These remind me of Hercules, and I was not a big fan of the Hercules design from many thousands of years ago. They show us him combined as well. Which number is this? It just says stylized Devastator. Interestingly enough, it looks like they've duped both arms and legs. So it looks like you've got two scrappers and I guess two bone crushers for the arms because he's symmetrical. There is no, cement mixer man in here. But it is, again, as they say, a stylized Devastator. I guess this could fit in with the movie universe. Yeah, I think this could work in a live-action Michael Bay movie, I suppose. I think it's bitty and greebly enough and kind of not bright and poppy color-wise to kind of work in there. Again, I really don't have anything positive to say, I'm afraid to say. What's this? What's this? Oh, this must be another Constructicon. Who is this? Looking at this figure, who is it? It's not Scrapper. I might guess it's Mixmaster, because he's got like a normalish styled face. Is it Mixmaster? Because it doesn't say on the list, it just has it all listed as stylized devs. Oh, it is. Okay. It is Mixmaster. I think that's reasonably hard to tell that that's Mixmaster without his colors on, right? Because you can't see any distinctive head cap thing, which is like, that's part of his look, and you don't see any mixing barrel on his back. And then you go, there it is. There's his vehicle mode. XL Hedge says, we do not disrespect Hercules. I'm not disrespecting. I just never liked its style. It's just an aesthetic that just doesn't appeal to me. If you like Hercules, this might be your jam. Prowl. Yeah, it could technically be Prowl. He'd be a bit, you can tell he doesn't turn into like a police car Prowl, but the head is kind of Prowlish. Yes, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. There's the Mixmaster leg mode, and then it's kind of awkwardly stuck on there. And they don't show the other one. Okay, so this guy's, I guess, nearly complete. They've just got to do Scavenger. And then I guess he's finished. Okay, so 01 Studios, they're doing the Golden Primus Cybertron figure. So it's a figure we've talked about before, but what if he was mustard yellow? And that's pretty much it. He does come with extra stands to put on the ring on his back. So he's got a full grey one, a translucent blue one, and a translucent orange one. Again, there's not a lot to say here. We've covered it before. I guess it makes sense to do the Golden Age of Cybertron version of the figure. It's an easy repaint to do, I suppose. So, yeah, all right, fair enough. Why not? It looks nice still. I think I might prefer it. Do I prefer it visually to the one that we had before? Yes. I think the color, because they've kept the chest red. And I think the limbs were already white, so they've just kind of changed the parts that were blue and dead to like mustard yellow. So I'm kind of down with that. I think this looks a little bit more interesting than the first version, I think, from what I vaguely remember. Golden Age Primus, yeah, pretty much, or Primus at the end of Headmasters Part 3, Part 4, whatever, however many parts Headmasters was. At the end of that. They also show off Broadside, who is called Broadcon. All right. This is their 06 figure. And I look at it and I go, yep, that's Broadside. I mean, they got him. It's Broadside. There's a problem with Broadside. Broadside's a really fucking boring looking robot. He's dull as dishwater. He's a man with a grey t-shirt and red trousers. And two ironing boards on his back. That's who Broadside is visually. Especially with how clean his chest is as well. Like, there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. Seems like he's fairly posable, though. They show both of his modes, and, you know, the jet mode is what you would expect from a Broadside jet mode. It's not a good jet mode, but that's how it looks. So that's fine. The aircraft carry mode, yeah. Aircraft carry mode seems quite nice. It's okay. It's a long brick. You know, I don't know what to tell you. I just look at Broadside's just one of the least exciting Transformers. I'm sure there's another one that's less exciting than Broadside. But Broadside's got to be in the top 10 of least exciting Transformers. He has to be. XL Hedge says, at least Gold Age Primus looks like he's Unicron's brother. Is this true? Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're not wrong. All right, this is Bandai. This is Bylan. Company I haven't heard of. They're doing the BLT, Bacon, Lettuce, and Tomato, 01 Roadmaster, which is a legend scale Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime figure. He's made of ABS, POM, and alloy. He's going to be 12 centimeters tall, or 4.72 inches. Oh, so maybe the Waspinator we were talking about earlier is a Legends figure as well. I don't know. He comes with 3 sets of hands. One is a holdy things, closed fisty hands. He's open bitch slapping hands, and then there are kind of, I guess, like slightly more relaxed but tense hand poses. He comes with 2 guns, 2 hooks, 2 swords, a unmasked face, and another set of hands. My bad. Two hands of shooting the guns, or pointy finger hands. Turns into his truck. And for a legend scale, it's okay. There's a lot of like panels and stuff where you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that's a part that flips around. That does that. Okay, yeah. He's maybe not in like his proportions in truck mode, and maybe not the best. I think the back here where the blue extends a little bit too far out, and I think the cab should maybe be a little bit taller, especially with how long the nose is. But this is legend scale, so you can only be too critical as well. When the robot mode looks pretty good, to be honest. If you're in for the Revenge of the Fallen movie Optimus Prime, and you're like, well, I want a small version of him, which, to be fair, I don't think a huge amount of Transformers fans are wanting that. Usually they're wanting bigger and bigger Transformers, strangely enough. So, I mean, this gives an option for those who are running out of room. So, that's nice. They're doing a repaint of him into Shock Horror, a Nemesis version. You'd be surprised, right, if I told you that. Oddly enough, better images of this one than the Optimus. You see him in a few poses and with a few extra hands. He's in a squatting, I'm going to have a poo pose with the swords out. Maybe he's digging a hole very quickly so he can poop into it. I've never done that in person, but when the need must, you got to do what you got to do. They're also doing the bacon, lettuce, and tomato 02 Ancient Fire, which is a Jetfire figure from, of course, Revenge of the Fallen, who I guess will also be able to combine with Nemesis. The jet mode is... from the top, it's nice. From the bottom, yeah, it's better than the original version of the toy that me and Big D talked about last time. It's cleaner than that, but it's still a little bit on the messy side. But again, legend scale, the complexity of Revenge of the Fallen's designs, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And it actually shows you what the underside looks like. And I think the most egregious part are the hands. The hands are right at the front of the nose cone. But there's a lot of greebly nonsense underneath the jet mode, I think for obvious reasons. He's bigger than Prime as well. He looks like in lengthwise, like a jet mode-wise, he's maybe about 2 of the Optimus Primes in vehicle mode. So he's fairly long. And the robot mode is... Again, I don't care about this figure, but this character, this design at all. It's good. It's very good. It looks like they've got the weird metallic sharded blades for the beard done correctly. Maybe you could do it with more of a hunch. I think what I would have liked to have seen a bit more of is, because I can't remember offhand, I'm pretty sure Jetfire wasn't just hard black. I think he had like black to gray, kind of gray on him, and black to like greens on him as well. Like not a lot, but very dull, subtle colors that were edging towards black, but just to break him up, I think. And that maybe this is the case here as well. But just from these stock images, it just looks like he's primarily a black figure. Excuse me. He definitely could have a bit more color to him here and there, but I think this might be a prototype. Let's check the jet mode again. No, this has to be a prototype, so maybe they'll add a bit more swag to his color scheme. I say this has to be a prototype because the jet mode has like no detailings on it at all, so it has to be a prototype. But then again, he does have the eyes painted, unless they are separate bits of plastic. So it could be. But yeah, again, oh wow, Jetfire is massive compared to Optimus Prime. God damn. They do combine together to make the horrible nightmarish abomination of I'm wearing my dead friend's parts. That mode. It looks like the Prime has a different head as well for this. I don't know why. But it's unpainted, so that's a new head for some reason. I'm not too sure why. It is big, it is cumbersome, it's exactly what it looked like in the movie. And it's nice again that Jetfire does it. So not only does he transform into a reasonably large but small Jetfire toy and looks very accurate and has a fairly decent jet mode, but he also pulls apart and combines with Prime. Again, no figures I care about, but pretty neat. Pretty neat. They're also doing the only the bacon and tomato O3 retired leader. I don't know why they don't have the L. There's no lettuce for this one, but the BT. They're doing Sentinel Prime from the movie, who's going to be a smidge taller than Optimus Prime. This is a CG model render. They show him robot mode. They show him in fire truck mode, ? Fire truck mode. Weird fire truck, not really fire truck mode. Quite a few images of that. And yeah, CAD model. Here he looks. Comes with his double sword thingy. Oddly enough, which is that I don't know why I just clocked on now, but Sentinel Prime in Transformers 1 had not the exact same sword, but he had that kind of, I have two swords, I will stick them together kind of weapon, like Sentinel Prime in Dark of the Moon did. Obviously not the same again, but, similar. Yeah, maybe this is a studio that you want to check out if you're into your movie figures, especially the I guess the main characters, but you want them at a small scale. Moving on to Magic Square. Magic Square are doing or have shown off the Mukudo, which is a super deformed chibi white-cabbed Magnus. I'm thinking they've already done one previously for standard Optimus Prime. Maybe they probably have. Yes, they have. I think this is a fully transformable one, which is why, yes, it fully transforms, which is why it looks a little bit bitty, because everything seems to transform on it. It's a style. I think usually people, when they have a chibi figure, they like a very clean look. But if you don't mind little greebly detail and lots of panel lines because of all the parts that kind of tuck around and turn around and peg together and all that kind of jazz on hinge joints and stuff, this could be for you. It also shows like the bottom side, which has a very Ultra Magnus head. So I guess the assumption is at some point either they're going to reveal a trailer that he comes with, or they're going to reveal a trailer that you will have to buy to make him into the Ultra Magnus version. Because this will just be the head, effectively, which is like, oh, fair enough. Again, not a style I'm into. I think if I'm going to get a chibi figure, I want one to look a little bit cuter, to be honest. But there you go. Excelhead says, yes, they did Optimus, RC, and Nightbird. Sorry, what do you mean? Do you mean for Bylan? You mean Bylan did? Or something else? I think I missed a bit there, sorry. Magic Square continue to show off their masterpiece rescaled versions of their Combaticons. So they've got, I think this guy's out, to be honest. But this is basically the Vortex, who was Legend Scale, who's just been upscaled to masterpiece size like the rest of the line as well. They only need to do Blast Off now, and the whole big versions of them are out. And they will be big. Very big. That's all Magic Square had. Unless this is also Magic Square. It suggests that... Oh, it's got question marks. So I don't know who this third-party company is, but it's got a... For a logo, I would describe it... Oh, sorry. Oh, you mean they did Optimus Prime, RC, and Nightbird as chibi figures. Okay, thank you. I see. Yes, thank you. Okay, so this next company, their logo is a black cat with a little bell on, and then Cyclops' visor, right, from the X-Men. Whoever those guys are. Cycat? Catclops? I don't know. They show off their Combaticon combiners. So we have... See, I think these look better in terms of transforming chibi-style figures. They're actually very... I don't know if this is deliberately done. They look very blockies, right? Lasercat. Is that the name? I like Catclops. I think Catclops is a solid name. I think these have a very blockies aesthetic to them. So if you're into your blockies, I'm not sure if they'll scale well with them, but I think these look... If they do scale well with them, this might be a perfect little pickup to kind of slap in there. The build quality will probably be a little bit tighter as well, to be honest. But we have the whole Combaticon crew. We get to see the parts that are not integrated into the combined mode. So you have a What's that? Like a pec upwards part for Bruticus. So like pecs and head, and shoulder connection points. We have feet which are separate, hands which are separate. 2 different chest plates, so you can either have the cartoon accurate one, which I think is this one here because it's smoother, or you can have the toy accurate one, which again looks like this one. Then you have each of the individual weapons for all of them. Is that right? Because that looks like it might be Swindle's gun. I don't know if this is all right. Well, there's definitely like a big gun and oh, this is a yeah, that's the gun for the back of Swindle's mode, right? I would have thought so. The reason it confused me is because it's like Vortex is standing in front of it and looks weird. When I'm like, that looks like Swindle's gun. They show them in the vehicle modes as well, and they are very cute little chibi modes as well. They look like they remind me of Rescue Bots a little bit, especially Vortex. It reminds me of whatever the helicopter from Rescue Bots was called. These are pretty cool little things. They look pretty articulated as well. You look at them, you know who they are. And the fun thing it looks like you can do is with the extra like chest piece and the head for Bruticus and the feet, you can kind of stick them together and make a weird little Mr. Potato Head styled version of the Bruticus figure. That's cool. That's a great idea. They also showed off him standing next to a Predaking that I guess they've already done as well. And then they show it in combined mode, and combined mode again looks really nice and solid and interesting. It's a great little set. I don't remember talking about, excuse me, them doing Predaking, but clearly they have. And it's much further along because their parts are painted for Predaking. I just don't remember. They also show off a Volcanicus because I haven't talked about this fucking character 3 times already. Yep, they're doing Volcanicus, little chibi versions of, well, they only show Grimlock individually and only in dinosaur mode. They don't show the rest individually at all. And then they also show a chibi-fied version of Beast Wars Megatron. And this also looks pretty decent. Really nice textured dinosaur skin. Like, really textured. He will come with a very big toothbrush. Oh, different faces as well. He's got an angry face. He's got a happy face for brushing the teeth. And it looks like he's nibbling on... Is that Swindle? Yes, okay. They've got an image of Beast Wars Megatron nibbling on Swindle in their vehicle modes. And actually in dinosaur mode, again, that looks really good. It's really good. The only part that kind of lets it down is around the hip joint for the T-Rex leg mode. And again, I can't really criticize that too much because I imagine doing a joint where it covers it, like where the quote-unquote dinosaur skin covers the joint up and hides the robot fact. I imagine that's just almost too difficult to do. Too difficult. But it looks superposable. Looks very nice. They're great. Very good. Laser cat or cat clops, as I like to call them now. Looks like they've got some decent stuff coming. I don't know what the quality of the figures are or anything like that, but hopefully they're good. Transformers Dreamwave, we've talked about this one. It's the TCW 12 tidal wave, the small one. We're not going to cover it again. I've already covered it in the previous show, so we'll just burn through this. So I think that's all they had to show. It would have been nice for them to just be like, oh yeah, here's the Energon version, the stupid green one. I would have been down with that. Toy Notch show the Astrobotics Apollo Python and Astrobot A08 Atlas. So I'm actually surprised this line's still going on, but it is. These aren't Transformer figures. If you remember, these are just very stylized action robots. They're not for me. To be fair, Atlas has a bit more of an interesting look to him. I like the face a little bit more. But again, yeah, these aren't my style of things. They're in the Transformers panel, but whatever. I hear that they're very good quality as well in terms of like action figure robot looking dudes that don't transform. So that's cool. Mastermind Creations show off the R53D Tyrannoplex Megatron, which looks like it's a repaint of the, or slight recolor, mostly all of it, of the IDW Megatron that they've done. So how's it being repainted? It looks like mostly, I don't think this is 100% finished because it looks like there should be more paint detail on the abdomen area. Either way, the red joints have been replaced with purpley blue joints. And I don't know if there's much else that's different here. And this is assuming that it is the same mold. I think it is because it's got the D ending the name of the D as well. So I imagine that's just different colored. Also, the head's black now with the white faceplate, so a little bit different there. He does come with a standard normal Megatron helmeted head as well, so it seems. So you can switch it out if you really want to. They also show, again, there's nothing really to say there. It's just a repaint. Not really an interesting repaint either, just like a, okay, well, fair enough. They show off the R54 Optus, what's this, Sekio? XL head says Mastermind's Shattered Glass Megatron. I wouldn't say Shattered Glass. Shattered Glass Megatron's like white and red. Is it white and red? White, red, and black. This is silver, black, and purple. So, yeah, I wouldn't say it's Shattered Glass, unfortunately. I wouldn't say that. So the Optimus Prime, the Optus. I think this is just an upgrade kit. This is Apex armor for the Optimus Prime figure. You know, the IDW Police Cop Optimus Prime, well, whatever that one was called. Again, IDW. This is to upgrade him with the Apex armor. With God Bomber. I don't really know why, but it looks interesting. Shows them fully combined up. I think it's almost kind of a disservice because that looking Optimus Prime is kind of a unique Optimus Prime because it doesn't look like every other Optimus Prime, and just slapping like God Bomber on him just makes him look like God Jinrai. Like, not like a specialized God Jinrai, just like a very tweaked God Jinrai style rather than like a specific IDW looking version of him, I would say. So okay, it looks good. I wouldn't get it, as I feel it would detract away from him. It'd be like getting the Megatron figure that we just talked about, Tyrannoplex, and then getting an upgrade kit to make him look like Armada Megatron. It's like, well, why would you do that? I mean, he turns into a tank, and it's like, yeah, but this is a G1 Megatron. Why would I want him to look like that? It's like, yeah, you know. I don't know. I think it's odd. It's odd. And this is with the fact that the IDW is more unique rather than Tank Megatron, who's become the thing, because we can't do Gun Megatron anymore. Next up, it's still Mastermind Creations. It's just the Ocular Max stuff. So it's the continuing repaints of the Combaticons into their RID versions for Ruinations. So they show off Armor Hide in the correct colors, aka the Japanese colors. Because sometimes you forget the Americans did the bad recolors of them for some reason. And we also have the recolor of Octane, or Mega Octane as well, in the correct Japanese colors as well. So, yeah, again, not really much to say here. It's just Ruination, but in it's just the Bruticus in the Ruination color scheme, the Japanese color scheme. So it's like, okay, yeah, cool, rock and roll. That's the team. That's all of them done now. They show off the Ocular Max Mixmaster, which is Demolitor. Demolitor, what a name. He's not finished yet. The face isn't painted up, but yep, looks like another Mixmaster. Man, there are a lot of like Constructicon stuff coming out at the moment, especially alongside like the Studio Series stuff, right? Lot. They also show off more images of the Protector bots. We have Insertus, which is Groove. Is that Groove? I think it's Groove. The bike one, the motorbike one, and that's it. And then we've got the remixes, which are the Ram Horn. Ram Horn looks really good. Ram Horn looks incredibly screen accurate. Cartoon accurate. Yeah, this is a like I don't want to say it is the best looking ram horn I've seen, but it's a very, very, very solid looking ram horn. Very solid. Fans Hobby, continue to pull down my trousers and finger my asshole, and not in the way that I'd want them to, as they've done. I think this was available at TFcon. They've done yet another Predator jet. They retweaked the Fans Toys Buster figure into Snare. So they haven't just repainted it and given it a new head. They also redid the wings as well, and giving him the guns. So, like, if they hadn't redone the wings, he wouldn't be Snare. So they've done the backwards facing wings. That's great. Really good colors. Yeah, they've hit it on the head again and just being like, yep, there you go, Andy, go fuck yourself. It's like, well, no one else is going to do them, so I can't buy them. There's no point in me buying them now anyway, because it's already too late, right? All these figures are gone. They're not available anymore. I need to go fuck myself. XL Hedge says, weird choice to convert into God Jinrai. I think so. Yeah, it's an odd one. I mean, it'll probably sell, but yeah, it's strange, at least in my eyes. So Fan Toys do a repaint of the Star Saber team into the purple Star Saber team, whatever that is. So it's just the Star Saber team, wife purple. Fair enough. Wasn't this like the Dark Star Saber for Armada? I can't remember if it had like a fancy name or not. More interesting news, or other interesting news, is they're doing the VE-02 Uni Thunder, aka Cobra Fang. I assume this will be the scale of the. Is it the scale? Is it the scale of the classified line? It looks like it. Because they've already done the Air Eagle and the ATAC, the all-terrain attached carrier. So it looks like Fans Toys are basically done, well, the only way we're going to get G.I. Joe vehicles is if Hasbro does I was going to say a fundraiser, but I mean a HasLab thing. So how about we just do the Fang, and we'll do the smaller G.I. Joe vehicles. So I expect, well, there's no reason why Hasbro couldn't do these, because they did the Trouble Bubble, so, Either way, if you're gagging for the Fang, which I wasn't, because in terms of Cobra vehicles, it's not desperately interesting, I think. They also give you an optional canopy part, so if you think like, hey, it having no canopy is kind of stupid, here's one, fair enough. It shows a little bit of the internal cockpit and everything like that. It shows that the rotor blades all rotate around. Again, that's nice. Yeah, okay. Again, it's weird that it's shown off here, but fair enough. Fans Hobby, fair enough. And then to finally wrap her up, boys, we've got Fans Toys. We've got Fan Toys Windcharger. I think he's got two faces. He's got like a normal face and a smirky face. And a screamy face. And he definitely turns into Windcharger. He has opening doors and all that jazz. Windcharger. They're also doing Strafe, because we haven't already talked about the Technobots a couple of times tonight. They're doing Strafe. Very thin legs. Otherwise, it's Fans Toys. Again, just do stuff that you go, yep, that's the thing. That's the thing. That's definitely the thing. Nose cone. We got a nose cone figure. And then they also show Long Haul as well. Colored images of Long Haul, so I assume this is showing off nearly finished Devastator. Or getting there, Devastator. And also they show off Fortress Titanicus, which is Fort Max. I don't think they note how big he's going to be. And again, I wasn't too interested here until... It's not the sword. We've seen loads of big swords. Until we saw that they're going to have fully posable... what's his name? Cog? The extra little robot drone dudes. He's fully transformable and a proper little robot. It's like, oh, that's nice. Nice. And then there's the other one as well. So both of Fort Max's little robot dudes are having full posable robot mode. Now, would I have liked to seen the one that turns into a pair of legs and treads, and then the upper torso is just the upper torso with his arms pegged to the top of his vehicle mode? Would I have liked to have seen it have a bit more of a transformation? Yes. I would have liked to have seen a bit more effort put into it. But... to have them as one in the set and two fully posable action figures, that's kind of nice. The Fort Max is going to be, because we can't do centimeters or inches, we have to say it's 1,200 millimeters. Makes it sound bigger. Means big enough. But yeah, that's all of the stuff from TFcon. There are a couple of small bits here and there that I was like, yeah, okay, that could be reasonably interesting for me to buy in the future. But yeah. Not a bad show. It was nice to talk about Transformers again. I think I will. I think I'll save me talking about, because I did get Primer Prime, Sentinel Prime, Red Alert, and Wasp this week, but I think for this week we'll end off the show there because it's just me on my own flapping my gums. We'll maybe save that till not next week, but the week after, where we'll have more news. Well, in theory, we'll have news to talk about, and if we don't, I can fill out the conversation talking about that stuff as well, can't I? Yeah, that'll be the idea. But yeah, there's the news for the weeks. Well, past 3 weeks, I suppose. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming on by. Hope you've had a good one this week. I hope you'll have a good one next week as well. And if you want to come on by for the podcast, we'll be here at 9:30 in the evening UK time, whatever that equates to for you, on YouTube and on Twitch. Decade Andy or Moonbase 2 Transformers podcast. Find both of those things on like Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, all those kind of places. Much appreciated. If you do come by, if you watch, if you comment, everything's much appreciated. We're also on the ccbunker.weebly.com, and we're also on the Moonbase 2 forums as well, just for prosperity's sake, because apparently people still download from there, so I may as well keep putting it up on there, I suppose. Thank you, everybody, for coming on by. I am going to go and unmelt, as I've been gardening for the past couple of days in blazing heat. And I'm an indoor cat and a vampire and a zombie. And I don't like the outside weather. It hurts. It burns my flesh like holy water. So, hang on. Excelhead says, Hasbro put out news about Omega Prime. Omega Prime? Oh, yeah, they were talking about how they're... what's it called? It's how they're fixing stuff, right? What's it called? They're making replacements, I think, right? Is that what it was? Let me quickly squizzle to. I don't think it's anything crazy, to be honest. It's just like, we're fixing things that were already broken and shouldn't have been broken in the first place. I will say, the in-hand images, right? The in-hand images of Transformers 1 Starscream. The body looks great. The toy looks great. The face looks really weird because they gave him like Overlord kiss lips. That in itself kind of weird. Where is the story on Omega Prime? If I can't find it soon, I'll just say call it quits. Because again, to be honest, Excel Hedge, I don't think it was anything crazy. It was just like we're reissuing stuff. So on this page... No, anyway. Thanks, everybody, for coming on by. Have a very good day, good evening, and a good night. Thanks very much for coming on by. We'll be back next week with Big D talking about, is it the other half of Revenge of the Fallen? No. Yes? It's either the other half of Revenge of the Fallen or Dark of the Moon. One of the two. No, it's Dark of the Moon. It's Dark of the Moon. We finished that off. Excel Hedge says they will be replacing the Optimus figure. Don't know if it's just the cab or the entire truck. Contact HasLab customer service. Well, there you go. Yeah, if that's if your Prime is fucked. Hopefully it isn't. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week. I'll just press my button. Bye-bye!